Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I am your host, GameChanger. Okay, so a lot to cover today, a lot to cover. I've been away for a bit. I was busy last week, but I am here to make it up to you. Apologies for being tardy. I was caught up in some things and I wanted to get the show together for each of you. All right, so let's get this started. So I was watching mediocre tutorials and reviews yesterday, and he was talking about a woman that hit on him, and it turns out what you see isn't what you get. And I'm not talking about on some um gender swapping thing. I'm talking about just what's being presented. And it had me thinking that when you're a public figure, when you in mediocre tutorials and reviews is, I mean, pretty much anybody who has a page and choose to divulge themselves about or divulge anything about themselves is a public figure. You're giving people, you're giving women, men are giving women the blueprint. You're telling them what you like, and they now have the opportunity to mimic what you like. For example, if a woman, let's just flip the genders for a second. If a woman was to just go online and say, hey, I'm into nerdy guys, or I'm into guys that like Star Wars or, Star Trek or something like that, then you now have the inside. You can say, oh, yes, I like this, even though you've never seen a movie or read a book about it. Yes, I like these things too. And every time, you're online and you have a conversation, you could just Google, who is Django Fett or something like that. You can actually just go through and pretend to be what she wants. And I'm gonna go over this, but it did seem like MTR did suffer through that. And I was just thinking that level 2 BFF always existed. Now, what is level 2 BFF? Well, BFF is black female foolishness. Now, this is the foolishness that we all come to know and understand, and that is when that's the bonnet, the weight, the attitude, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The over confrontational, the just general methods of manipulation that we here in the red pill community can see coming from a mile away. Hit that like button. So that's level 1. And then there's level 2. Black female foolishness, and that is a lot more insidious because you don't see it coming a mile away. And this typically affects guys who have something of substance to offer, but it can't affect those who don't, meaning that you don't necessarily have to be a high earning man in order for to be susceptible to this. This is when the woman is, in some cases, prettier than you are, handsome, or definitely above average looking, or behaves in a way or treats you in a way that's well above the way that you have become accustomed to being treated from level 1 BFF. This is the next level of black female foolishness. And it typically comes from a particular type of woman. Hit the like button. And I always refer to Biv Devoe's song Poison when they talk about a woman who is toxic. Now, these women aren't overtly Keisha or attitude, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They even say things in the song like, she's so fly, she'll drive you right out of your mind and steal your heart when you're blind. Beware, she's scheming. She'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and you'll be screaming demon. This is a new level than what most men have become accustomed to, where a woman is just overtly bad and she knows that, you have to put up with it or else she will take away the box. This is beyond the basic box levelers, even though the box levelers can and do that as well. We're going to get into that. This is level 2, black female foolishness, and got a bunch of stories here that just really falls into this category, something bad. So I'm going to start with this unfortunate one. It says 2 women face charges in Las Vegas Strip hotel deletion. This was over a year ago. And this is going to work in the place of the short of the day. So hit that like button. Let's get started.
Found murdered in a room at a Las Vegas Strip resort.
Tonight, the two women accused of killing him facing the judge now for the first time. 8 News Now reporter Victoria Saha joining us live from Caesars, where this happened, with who the victim is, and the women behind bars.
Yeah, Brian and Denise, still so many questions tonight as to what led up to the shooting. But what we do know is that the man who was killed had invited the two women up to his room right before being shot. 20-year-old Erica Covington and Ariana Taylor both making their first appearance in court Wednesday, both with a somber look, much different from the mug shots that were taken of them just hours after their arrest. Police say 25-year-old Ryan Altamirano Serrano was found shot in a hotel room by housekeeping about 11:30 Monday morning. Police tell us so far their investigation is leading them to believe Altamirano Serrano went to his hotel room with Covington and Taylor. The two women later left his room with some of his personal belongings. They were arrested by the criminal apprehension team and booked into the Clark County Detention Center early Wednesday. The two women do remain in jail tonight without bail, and they will be back in court on Monday. Both of their family members were actually present in the courtroom, but they declined an interview. Reporting live near Caesars tonight, Victoria Saha, 8 News Now.
Victoria, thank you. Covington and Taylor facing several charges, including open murder, conspiracy to commit murder, as well as robbery.
Okay. So I don't know how much money a person keeps on them. Now it's a casino, so maybe it's a little bit more and or a lot more, in cash. But like really think about it. What could have been going through these simple-minded women's head to where they thought that, one, they would get away with it, and two, that however much money he had was worth this act? It's like, wow, you actually think that in today's time, there's cameras everywhere. Especially in a casino. In a casino, the eye in the sky watches everything. What made you think you were going to get away with this? They didn't really think this through. And another thing is that somebody said that they're not that hot. Well, the interesting thing here is that it took two. It took two vajayjays to lure him in to the room. Two. If one of them had approached him, he probably would say, something, you're gonna have to double down. You're gonna have to entice me more. You're gonna have to improve your offer in order to make this happen. And they did, and then this happened. They couldn't have just took his stuff. Now, I'm gonna go over this show that I've seen, this channel. This woman was talking about Atlanta and why people aren't moving there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But she used the word scammer. Now, I thought that scammer meant something different. I thought that scammer was a term for like guys or women who commit credit card scams. They get a hold of your information, they copy it. I remember there was a group of Asian kids who I don't know if they worked at Red Lobster or their family owned that particular franchise, but they used it to scan people's credit cards and make duplicates. And so I thought that was a scammer, somebody who commits identity theft, fraud, and stuff like that. But apparently, according to the woman that I'm going to talk about later, it's something that is unique. It's exclusive to women. And it involves women being alone in a room with you. And then she scams you. So, yeah. I'm thinking about the movie Hustler. Maybe it's something like that. It's like, okay, so that's a thing. And I think that that's probably what these two women were going for, going after. And it did not go as they planned. Like he either wouldn't give up the money or, he fought back. I don't know. But nevertheless, they got. Now, that was a year ago. Let's look at the follow through and see what happened to these young ladies now.
It is haunting video. Our 8 News Now investigators showed you here first. 2 women walking hand in hand through a strip casino with the man they would eventually kill. This afternoon, those 2 women are beginning their sentences in prison. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Our 8 News Now investigators were the only TV crew in the courtroom for this emotional sentencing. David Charnes here with how many years they could be serving behind bars.
Yeah, Brian, Denise, the pair took a plea deal, sending them to the Department of Corrections for at least 10 years. Today in court, the family of the man they killed repeatedly asking why they did it.
I would like to send my condolences to Brian's family.
21-year-old Erica Covington apologizes for killing a man inside a Caesars Palace hotel room before a judge sentences her to prison.
I deeply, genuinely apologize for the grief and the pain that has been brought upon you guys' family.
She and 22-year-old Ariana Taylor killed and robbed 25-year-old Brian Altamirano Solano in May 2023. This video the 8 News Now investigators obtained shortly afterward shows the trio walking hand in hand minutes before the murder.
No le bastó con robarle sus pertenencias.
Altamirano Solano's father speaking with the help of an interpreter. It wasn't enough just taking his belongings, he says. They had to kill him. Altamirano Solano and the girls were in his room for about 15 minutes before one of them pulled the trigger. Police finding a cartridge casing they say matched Taylor's gun. Altamirano Solano's mother joining the hearing remotely from out of the country.
Okay. Actually, now that I think about it, I think everybody in this situation was a part of a whole pay for play thing. Which, once again, is well and good until somebody pulls the weapon out on you. He probably has been involved with them a couple of times for a while. Or one of them a couple of times for a while, and this is from reading the story, and they just decided to cash in.
The pain that I felt was so deep, she says. I felt like I just lost my life. I had so many questions. Why? Why my son? Police work to find the women included comparing these Instagram videos to surveillance from several strip properties that night. Officers arresting the duo.
Wait a minute.
Police work to find the women included comparing these
They're wearing the same outfit. Was this done the same day? At least this one is wearing the same outfit that she was the day of the
Instagram
deletion.
videos
Oh, that's
to
madness.
surveillance from several.
Yeah, that's the same dress. This one got on something different. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that.
Strip properties that night. Officers arresting the duo 2 days later. Altamirano Solano's father again speaking through the interpreter.
Pido justicia por mí.
I ask for justice for my son.
Police nor prosecutors have ever said which woman they actually believe pulled the trigger. Nevada law allows charges against all people involved in a murder, not just the person who did the actual slaying. I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now.
So David, the judge sentencing the women as per the plea agreement. While the minimum is 10 years, the maximum is 25. And the decision on when to release them will eventually go to the parole board.
All right. They're going to do like 8 because, because they are, vagina. But nevertheless, this happened. So offer that you couldn't refuse, even though they wasn't hot. It is 2 of them. So offer that you couldn't refuse, and he didn't refuse it. stuff went south, and yeah, foolishness. Somebody said it's their supervillain uniform. Y'all code. Okay. It says 2 Las Vegas cousins who lured a man. Dang, they look like they're completely different ethnicities, but cousins, lured him into a hotel room for a threesome before robbing and killing him. Have been jailed for up to 25 years. Why is this logo in the way? I can't see past the logos. That's in Facebook, X, or... Oh, y'all can't see it. Never mind. All right, I'll just read the next paragraph. A detector later recovered 2 explicit videos on Altamirano Solano's phone that showed sex acts involving the women. Okay, so he actually got some. I don't know if this was before or like what happened during that, but yeah. They were accused of bringing him up to the hotel room under the promise of a threesome before killing and robbing him. The pair were sentenced at court Thursday. Covington shared her regrets at the bloody killing by Covington staying silent. Covington shared her regrets at the bloody killing, but Covington... Okay, so they have the same last name. So one confessed and, one stayed silent and the other one showed remorse, even though they both were smiling on their mugshots because they think stuff like that is cute. All right. Their crimes were exposed around 8 hours after haunting footage showed a smiling Altamirano Solano taking the pair to his room. When he failed to check out, the housekeeper went up to check on him and was met with a disturbing scene. He was found with a single gunshot wound to his chest. Police launched an investigation into his murder. Footage from security cameras caught 2 women walking with I hate saying his name, Altamirano Solano, inside Caesar's Palace on the Las Vegas Strip. They were seen laughing, arm in arm, but were captured on video running away from the room. 15 minutes later, the surveillance footage with a slug found in the victim's room that was matched to another crime involving Taylor-led investigators to the suspect. Okay, so she used that same weapon on somebody before. So she did something like this before and wasn't caught. Yeah, so they're not even trying to hide it. They're not even trying to hide these shenanigans. Here's the thing. It's hard out here for a hoe. It really is. I'm pretty sure that this guy was probably one of their only regular clients between the two of them, or client between the two of them. So, they try to figure out ways to get as much as possible from him. Things are bad when they try to increase the income. Like, okay, I'm getting however much money from this act, but that's not enough to cover what I need. So since my cousin and I are probably roommates and the rent is due, let's double the pay. That seems like what's going on. All right, the woman initially pled guilty to the crimes, but accepted a plea deal for second-degree murder in November. On Thursday, Judge Tara Jones accepted the terms of the plea agreement. The women are set to serve 10 to 25 years in prison. Prosecutors or police were never able to determine who pulled the trigger, but Nevada law allows for anyone involved in a murder to serve time for it, not just the person who committed the heinous act. Okay. The women were allowed an opportunity to speak in court, apologize for their horrific actions, to which Taylor declined. However, Covington. So they have 2 different last names, but whatever happened earlier was a typo. However, Covington elected to speak to Altamirano's family, telling them, "I would like to send my condolences to Brian's family." Okay, they knew his first name. "I deeply, genuinely apologize for the grief and pain that's been brought to you guys' family. The victim's father. Okay, so we already seen that in the skit. So, yeah, that is a shame. Oh, they got a picture of him. He's a young dude too. Let me Let me share. So, yeah. Sad state of affairs. All right. Now, next story. Hit the like button. Next story. AI generated woman steals thousands from men looking for love in dating apps on social media scam. Yes. Yes, that happened. All right. So, Chicago, artificial intelligence could be targeting you on text, social media, and dating apps. I do not use any of those things except for the GameChanger persona that you are all seeing now and the Instagram that you all know of. All right. It says some victims lost thousands of dollars to people they thought were real women, but turned out to be fakes. Wow. These people behind the schemes were stealing their cash and hearts. Hey, honey, you're the best. This is in quotations. Says a woman who may looks real to some, but to security experts say these videos is heavily filtered with unnatural eyes and chin blending into a neck. Jim, who asked us to not use his last name, had recently been talking to a woman who convinced him to make an investment. Holy crap. And then one day she's like, honey, I love you. And I'm like, what? She goes, I have fallen in love with you. And I'm old enough to be your dad. And she said, well, that doesn't matter. Well, we have a lot in common. He said, okay. She also sent photos and what happened to what appears to be sketched of herself and Jim together. Let's see. Jim initially met her after getting a mysterious text message. He thought that they had a friend in common. He said he was looking to date, or he said he wasn't looking to date. Okay. So let me stop right there for a second. I get those. Probably because actually I shouldn't say that I don't use online dating. I should say I don't use online dating domestically. Internationally, I do. Sometimes before I haven't done this lately, but sometimes before I take a trip somewhere, I go to that country's dating site, try to line something up for when I get there. It's always good to, have somebody, preferably a lover, who knows the area so you can get a better experience on a vacation. So I do that. Now, in doing that, they ask for my WhatsApp number, to which I give to them. Once they have that, I then do start getting just out of nowhere. And it's a fake name that they use, and they say, hey, such and such. Remember me? Like I get those and I just ignore it. If I don't know you and you're not in my phone, I'm going to ignore you. Just coming out of random, like, hey, what you doing this weekend? So I do get those. I never respond, but now I know that this is where they lead. She goes, I never met anybody to be my equal. You and I have a super lot in common. And she had an uncle who was in the board of stock exchange in Hong Kong. Oh, Jesus. He was convinced to send her $60,000 to invest in the stock exchange. He said he lost most of it because investments tanked. Okay, so this is what she said the uncle did. Then the woman openly opened up an overseas crypto account in his name. But when Jim tried to take that money out, it was going to be charged thousands of upfront tax fees. Experts say it's a scam. Okay. I figured, what the heck? I'll try somebody online. It couldn't hurt. I was wrong. It could. Jim said, I want to see how much. Let me just skip to how much that. Okay. I would say she probably got about $2,000. One day she got $300 for our airfare, $250 for babysitter, and $50 for her kids, game cards, or maybe even $100. He said, dang. Okay. Security and technology experts. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we got the gist of it. Here, let me show you our picture of what this guy's seen. Hold on, give me a moment. I actually came across this story when I was looking for a picture on the thumbnail, but can't find that now, and I'm not going to spend all day searching for it. So, it is what it is. Hit the like button. Desperate dudes do that. That ain't ever gonna stop. Well, it's gonna stop for him. Like I'm thinking that of course it's never gonna stop, but I'm thinking that it's going to be drastically reduced. And here's why. Because once bitten, twice shy. So yeah, they're gonna get these guys. They're gonna, they're gonna bite, especially when there's new technology involved. This guy, he obviously asked to see pictures and photos and and things like that, but through AI and Photoshop they were able to do all that. He was unaware of this new technology, and quite frankly I was too, but I'm not in that cohort. But somebody say, hey, I want you to, and it seems like a reasonable safeguard. Somebody saying, hey, something, I don't believe you, so send me a picture. Send me a picture. Send me a picture, and just to make sure it's not a picture that you loaded offline, I want you to make sure that you have my name on it. I want you to write these certain things on it. So he took precautions. It still just didn't happen that way. So yeah, that happens. All right. So now we're going to discuss some more level 2 BFF, black female foolishness. Hit the like button. Okay, now this is the conclusion that I want y'all to come to. Sadly, in these days of AI generated pictures and videos, deep fake, you can't trust anyone like that. And that is the beauty of it. Fellas, I believe that men should really stop online dating. Online dating is what's getting these women, is putting them in an abundance mindset and really just making them arrogant. That's why you have these, below average looking women demanding exceptional guys. And that's because their DMs is full. And their DMs is full. One, even if they're below average, the people are thirsty nowadays. But, two, because of all the filters and everything that's going on, the photoshops and filters and stuff. So they live online. They never have any true intention to meet a guy because they don't want to see the look of disappointment in their face. But nevertheless, they are out there. They are out there, and guys are flooding these women's inboxes. Like, I don't think that I've ever given like a thumbs up to an Instagram chick. Like that's, I mean, like I may have like on my GameChanger one, I don't know, but it wasn't because of TNA. I would actually have to know the person. I don't know why guys in general are blowing these women's heads up who are undeserving. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this. 2 women charged in Roseville home invasion were Detroit police officers. Oh, wonder what the ethnicity of these 2 women are. Wonder what their ethnicity is. Their ethnicity. Well, let's see.
New tonight at 11, 2 Detroit police officers have been charged with felony home invasion after breaking into the home of another police officer in Macomb County. Our Kelly Vaughn has been following the story, and she joins us in studio tonight with the details. This seems like a very unusual case.
Yeah, that's exactly what prosecutors say. So the county prosecutor says 3 women, 2 of whom are police officers.
Look at how fast she is. Look at how fast she is. See, there was a time when jobs like this, jobs, like a news report, she's not even like a weather girl or something, or a person who's reporting on the scene. She's an anchor. She's an anchor. And she weighs as much as an anchor. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And notice that the men ain't got no fatter. Notice that the news anchor men haven't gotten any fatter. This is, and she's white. This is look at him and look at her. Look at him and look at her. He looks just like the news anchors of yesteryear, of the 50s and stuff like that. But look at her. Look at her dress. Notice how he's business and she's casual. The standards still remain for men, but the standards have diminished for women.
Joins us in studio tonight with the details. This seems like a very unusual case.
Yeah, that's exactly what prosecutors say. So the county prosecutor says 3 women, 2 of whom are police officers, are facing charges for allegedly.
All right. So while it's buffering, let me read some comments. Let's see. Yep. Men in America are fat. Yes. Not as fat as the women in America, that's for certain. But saving that, you really can't go on a BMI index when it comes to men because men have muscle. Trust me, I know. Men have muscle. Can you call Terry Crews fat? No. But if you go on his BMI, he would be the same as an obese person. However, women aren't really Terry Crews out like that. And if so, that's nasty. It's just fat. And black women are the fattest of them all. And they are the only ones with a higher BMI than their men. Just saying.
Breaking into the Roseville home of another officer and destroying things in his home, as well as stealing his property. Now, the women are each facing 15-year felony charges for second-degree home invasion. That's along with other charges. Now, the allegations are that on April 11th, 29-year-old Detroit police officer Brianna Cabano, 21-year-old officer Dana Sears, and then a third woman, Colleen Compton, who is not a police officer, broke into the home of the other Detroit police officer. Now, Macomb County prosecutor Peter Lucido says no one is above the law.
The best word I can describe it is, it starts to violate that which we've all learned, which is police officers are supposed to serve and protect. But in this case, they're charged in a case. And now they have to deal with their own internal, which is the Detroit Police Department.
Now, we did reach out to the Detroit Police Department, and they told us in a statement that the officers are currently suspended with pay, but the chief has recommended that they be suspended without pay following these criminal charges. Now, all 3 women are scheduled to be in court Wednesday, June 14th, for their first preliminary hearing.
Kelly, do we know by any means why these police officers did this?
No, not yet. That information wasn't revealed by the prosecutors, and police aren't talking about that yet at this point, but that's something we'll learn more in the probable cause hearing when they present that information to the judge, and then he decides if they have enough to move forward, enough evidence to move forward, or they can decide to throw out the case. So we'll be learning more details then.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much for that report.
Okay. All right. That happened. Now, I think that this wasn't like a crime of, robbery, or, they wanted to commit harm on, well, maybe they want to commit harm on them, but I think that this was on some revenge. They're both cops. The person who they broke in on as a cop, he probably was seeing one of these girls, and they like, oh, we're going to get revenge. Don't let that dude get away with anything. You know how black women love their revenge and love to, they never want to take an L. and they will go through extremes to avoid taking an L. And this is the extreme. They was going to break into his house and jump him. They was going to break into his house and jump him. It didn't go as they expected. And now they're arrested and probably are going to spend up to 15 years in jail. Yep. But trust and believe, they knew this guy before it happened. All right. Now, I'm going to bring up the video that prompted this whole discussion. And that is the MTR video where he received his dose of effery. So, gonna get into that. And if I could find it, let's see. Well, let me just go to his channel. Okay.
I'm doing exceptionally well. Do you consider yourself an MTR?
I get so much like slack because I'm like a traditional kind of woman.
Uh-oh. Damn. There's like Hi there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing exceptionally well. Do you consider yourself an MTR?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
I don't know if she don't have no damn hair or if she got it like all back, like she got a slick back.
All right. What do you got for me today?
So I feel like modern women today are delusional.
Oh.
I feel like you cannot be over like 200 pounds trying to make requests.
Yeah, I've seen it. So it's in the back. It's in a bun.
Like that. Like, oh, your man has to make this much or he needs to do this for me. Like, how do you qualify for that? Or it's like the boss babe today is like crazy. It's like, I don't know. I get so much like slack because I'm like a traditional kind of woman.
Okay, right there. So she knows what MTR, look at him smile. She knows what MTR is about. And she's like, okay, I know what he likes. Let me become that to get what I want, which is him. And make no mistake, because fellas here, for whatever reason, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. There's a lot of fellas here that don't like it when a certain type of black man gets more than what they feel to be his fair share of box. Now, MTR, I believe, and of course I'm not into his personal life like that, but I believe that he gets down. His interactions with Melly Monaco, his interactions with, what's her name? Melanie King, where, she basically just threw the box at him and he said, no, thank you. Really kind of shows that this is a guy who is comfortable in that department. Now, a lot of guys don't like to hear that. That's because they are some hating Negroes. However, it's true. So, and also, and I hate to say, it also kind of flaunts it in the face of people who wants to believe this whole Pookie Ray Ray versus Educated Lane thing is like a totality, is a statement, just a catch-all statement. Like this is just 100% statement that this is just what stands, and no, it's extraordinarily oversimplified. That whole dynamic. So you have the Pookies who feel like they have first access, so they don't want to believe, the MTR situation. So they'll come with like, oh no, they not into you like that. They deep down they want something else. You have that, and that's so they can, they can substantiate their own sense of self-worth. You have that type, and then you have the ones who are closer, at least to the educated lames, who feel like they've come comfortable with that directive, and it's really on some misery loves company, and that I am in the same league as MTR, and he is suffering as I am. So yeah.
Uh-oh. Go, keep going.
No. I feel like men and women are not equal. It's like God didn't make us that way. And it's crazy how this mindset, it's like pollution.
So let me try to paraphrase and summarize as well. So what you're saying is that not having a focus on something that may make you form fit within relationship for most men should disregard you from having high requirements from those very same men.
Correct. So you can't be overweight and then have an attitude problem. You have to pick one. Yeah, it doesn't match up. And then it's like
pick a struggle.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, so not working out, that means you don't care about yourself. But
you don't have to pick one. You cannot pick any. You cannot pick any, and that would be okay.
You're gonna like overeat, so it doesn't make any sense. So you don't qualify for a high value man, if I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to break it down as nicely as what I could for the last young lady. But yeah, I got to be truthful at the end of the day. It does get you out the running for most men. But it's interesting to see, like we see all the time women that are overweight, obese up on this show, and then they'll pop on a guy because he's short, right? The weight is something that you can change, but the height is not something that he can actively change. We see a lot of these modern women just left swiping on guys for the most frivolous things. So I understand what you're saying. And I like to summarize it like this,
and he goes back to what I'm saying. Like, if women are left swiping for frivolous reasons, and the last time I used dating apps like domestically, it was before swiping was a thing. And when I use it internationally, I never, it's still not a swipe app, but still, okay. I remember when I used it domestically, and this was like in 2015 or so, like 10 years ago, literally. I remember having to scout for the females, and like see who's online, like most recent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when I do it internationally, I could just check my inbox. I don't even have to scout. I just look who has scouted for me. So yeah, it's a huge difference. Somebody said mods are running people. Listen, I mean, unless somebody is being ridiculously out there, mods, just keep it light.
So if you're unable or unwilling to eat in a way to control your body, right, it doesn't make you a good purveyor of choices and decisions within your life or how you treat other people. It doesn't, right? And I've thought about ideas like this in the past to the degree of like, unless like your whole family's big and it's normalized, right? Like, and then you just think of it as normal, but outside of that, right? Like you're doing disservice to your body, right? Like our bodies are not meant to eat as many calories what we do in a day and then sit down for as long as what we do, in that same very day, right? We're bigger than we have ever been, but then our hearts are exploding out of our chest at the highest rate that they ever had, right? So it's definitely an issue and a problem. Now, health aside, having high requirements while also having a high waistline, I agree with you, can be abhorrent work.
And I'm not a feminist. I think that movement is a scam. I feel like it did damage to the female race. So
Okay, so this is my second time watching this. So I didn't catch some things. she just kind of like interrupted what he said. She didn't really, capitalize on what he just said. And she just interrupted with, "I'm not a feminist." It's like, huh, okay. Thanks. Hit the like button. That came randomly. Like, I'm not a feminist. So it really shows that she's not really listening to men, but she's regurgitating talking points.
Putting that out there.
Yeah.
I wasn't raised that way, so.
Are you in the Discord server?
No.
Hey, listen, you need to send me an email. I want to get you in the Discord server. There's lovely young ladies that are back up in there, and they have conversations like this as well. Email is available in any of my videos. How long have you been watching my content?
For years now, since like Kevin Samuels.
That's what's up. All right.
Yeah. Oh my God. R.I.P. I loved him.
R.I.P. to the GOAT.
I agree with everything he said.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P. to the GOAT.
Place. Yeah, you have to know your place. There's a place for men and there's a place for women, and that's it. It's very simple. Yeah.
Talk to him.
Yeah, it's actually a perfect balance once everyone knows their place.
So they went from talking to Kevin Samuels, and yeah, she's moving the conversation to prepared talking points quickly and often.
R.I.P. I loved him.
R.I.P. to the GOAT.
I agree with everything he said.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P. to the GOAT.
Place. Yeah, you have to know your place. There's a place for men and there's a place for women, and that's it. It's very simple.
No, that was a decent segue. My bad.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Yeah, it's actually a perfect balance once everyone knows their place. It's God, the man, women, and the kids, and that's cool. You don't have to be equal to a man. Why do I want to be like a man? Why do I want to do that?
Do you what portion of the country that are you in? Okay, I didn't know if you want to get that specific, but nevertheless, though. So, from your perspective, is it difficult for you to find a man with a similar mindset as that? Because I would argue that most of the MT Army Savages have this type of mindset in their mind. Do you think that it's difficult to find that type of man with that mindset today?
So I'm running into men that are older than me, like way older, like 25 years older than me. And they're okay with like settling down, but not right now. Some of them just got out of like marriages and like already have kids. I don't have kids, so I don't want someone with kids.
Yeah, sure.
Like I wouldn't be the person to give someone a child for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a certain way I want to raise them, and when someone already has a child, that could be difficult. But it's not difficult. I do get approached often.
I got a friend in that situation. She's contemplating becoming a stepmother. Actually, I haven't talked to her in a bit, but she's contemplating becoming a stepmother. Let's see. She's not even married. Well, she's 25 and you're 30, so neither of you are married.
But people look at the outside, so they think I'm a certain way, and then when I speak, they're like, "What? Like, okay, you might be a bit too much," if that makes sense. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should just like filter it.
What do you mean a bit too much? What do you mean? Because you don't appear a bit too much the way when we're having a conversation.
So they'll tell me that like, why are you thinking too much, or you need to get with the times, or women.
Oh, because you got an old soul. You got an old soul. It's like more classic. It's more traditional, right? Like if I go up to your IG, I'm not going to see pictures of you twerking with your tongue hanging out, grabbing your titties.
Okay. She says, "I'm not a pick me." All right. According to you, you're slim and light skinned. You're a high value woman, meaning that you are. You want to be valuable to someone. Yeah. Okay. She's definitely want the girls called Mammy. Okay. Oh. Why in the world would they call a underweight, light-skinned Black woman a term that was originally meant to speak about an overweight, dark-skinned woman with a head wrap. They literally make cookie jars out of Mammy. What? And she's also Southern. Mammy is best portrayed by Hattie McDaniel. So why? Why in the world? Okay.
Wanted you to look at it so you can tell me if I like give whore vibes, because I'm always like,
With
oh my God, he's so
pleasure.
right. It's Gonzalez, Gon.
Hold on. Oh, I found you. Let's take a look at you. Oh.
I was like, is it too much? I've literally had to take photos down because I was like, okay, it's not giving off the right vibe. Like it was giving off a little fast. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is okay.
5,000 followers. Following 256. Gonzalez, 94. Let's take a look at you. Looks like you like to travel. Okay. All right.
Her pinky's
All
not
right.
out.
For the universe.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Here's the thing. The first thing that I would guess is that, yes, she's taken pictures down. Again, I would have no evidence to prove that. Can you see my screen? Can you see what I'm looking at? Those are some kneecaps she got on her. Woo, she tatted. I would take this one the hell down. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so most of her pictures is classy. This one, not as much, but stuff. He has some type of kneecap fetish. Okay, we all have our things.
No, I'd get that tattoo removed, baby. Maybe you can keep the one on the ankle. I would get that one removed. Take that photo down, though. Here's the thing. If she was up on the show, she'd have the best profile. Let's see what she's doing. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me just see a little bit more. Veggie life, glory to God. Okay. She's conducting herself more like a lady over here. It could tell down here, she was this back in 2020? Yeah, so she's removed photos from 3-4 years ago. Get this one off. I don't like to see almost coochie. I would give her profile a smooth 6.5 out of 10. Maybe trending towards 7 if she was to get rid of some of this stuff. I think that she's got to get that back tattoo. It's a little bit too much for me personally, but I like photos like this. I like when they take.
So, ladies, just so you know, these uncolored large tattoos. Shout out to Nick Marie. Men make judgments about you with that, and it's not. Well, it is. For one, there's already existing stereotypes for Black women with tattoos. The women that I showed a moment ago, they have tattoos that aren't colored. It's going to be a bad look. People are going to make assumptions about you. When you have like a full back tattoo, like a Hell's Angels biker, that is going to work against you. It just is. And then you try to show yourself looking like, a Creole British or, Franco sophisticate, old time woman. And then you just show yourself in the satin with the back tat. It really shows that there's a huge, who are you? Like that one picture clashed with the persona that you're trying to create for yourself on Instagram.
Classy, feminine. I like that. I like these type of photos right here. It makes me want to show it respect, if that makes it any sense. Oh, you're back. Hey.
Sorry about that. I had to turn my phone off.
Okay, were you able to see the things that I was saying?
So, like, okay, revealing too much and like the back shots. That was definitely.
What age were you when you got that back tattoo? 18, 19? It was like 10 years ago.
So young. Like the mindset that I'm in now, I would have definitely never got tattoos for sure. I would have kept in the box, listened more for sure.
Kept the what in the box? The coochie?
Yeah.
You would have kept the innards with him.
For my husband, because it definitely does something to you when you spread yourself thin like that.
So I'm gonna wait for it to buffer a bit, but as I understand it, getting tattoos removed is
absolutely
like 10 times more painful and 20 times more costly than it was to actually put it on. So and it takes longer. Like, you know, it requires that you go through a procedure, then let your skin heal, and then go back. Like you're there for a long time. There was a WS white guy, guess what the S stands for, and he had a life change. You know, he went through this whole life altering change, and part of his penance, because he had his whole body was just on some WS stuff. Like everywhere there was some ink, and he just went through the worst. It took him like months, maybe even a year, just in and out of the place, getting all that crap removed. So yeah. I mean, dude looking like Darth Maul and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like I can be very realistic because I went through certain things.
Somebody said she looked like.
Are you a born again celibate?
Absolutely not. That's not realistic.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so yeah, it says, "Are you a born again celibate?" And she said no. So she talking right.
Okay.
I've heard people say born again like virgin or something. That's
it's not a real. Yeah, it's delusion.
And I'm like, where y'all getting this mindset? Nobody's holding you guys accountable. Like, you were a whore. It's okay. Be better. It's very simple. And I talk to my girlfriends about stuff like this, and they're like, you're so crazy. Like, what is wrong?
So your homegirls are not on that type of timing?
No.
Are they still fighting and bopping? You got to get new friends, baby girl. Here's the thing. Here's what I noticed. I think that, you know, you're a woman in the West that's trying to remove the modern dayism. And I think that you're doing a sufficiently good job at it. I'm happy that you've cleaned up components of your Instagram, but, you know, I can tell that this is probably maybe 5 to 6 years old. I could tell that, you know, especially if you talk about that you are a fan of Kevin, you're an MTR. I want you to the MTR is in training. I support you guys, and that's why I think that like you should continue to come into the Discord server to talk to other MTRs as well as other MTRs in training. I would say take off the photos that.
I don't like when people say aura. I don't like when British people say H. Yeah.
Show Party Girl. I would say remove those. It looks like there was something like that back in 2020. I love the first 3 photos of you in the white outfit, the clean outfit. I think absolutely lean into that from an image perspective. And yeah, I think you look, you know, I gave your profile like between a 6.5 on the way to a 6 point, on the way to a 7. But I would say that of all the profiles up on that show today, you would have been the best profile.
Okay, well, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, you got anything else for me or any other questions to ask?
Are you single? You have children?
What?
Where are you at?
So she just put it out there. I couldn't believe how much hate MTR was getting with that whole Melly Monaco situation. You know, I don't know if he hit it or not. Really don't care. is what it is. But you could really just tell brothers' insecurities by the way they were like, oh, he ain't hit it. He's a simp. He's just like, nah, he's a dude that went on a trip with an attractive woman. Like that's pretty bad. He got to write off. Somebody said Melly chose up. Okay, but on the way there, I mean, there you have it. I hit it first. If he allegedly. But nevertheless, there was a lot of hate, as it is with all dudes, who can fall under the category of non-thug or educated lame, getting a fantasy girl. Hey, listen, that's just how it is for some ELs. That's just how it is. And here she is throwing it at him. And I don't know why she asked, are you single? And if he has kids, because it seemed like she said that she was a fan, so she would know these things. But then again, I'm subscribed, and I don't know if he has kids. Actually, I know you don't have kids. Yeah.
In the universe.
Are you trying to get active?
I was just asking. I'm just curious to know.
Baby girl, I didn't know this was a solicitation.
No,
Hold on. Baby girl, listen, I am the content creator. All right. And we have to maintain the content creator relationship.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Understood.
I got to maintain a degree of professionalism. You understand me? I take my role extremely seriously up here. All right. I don't want young ladies thinking that.
So she threw him the box and he threw it back.
Shot after shot. So let me clip that right now. But at the same junction, I appreciate you asking me that. Okay. Nevertheless, though, I think you should still hit me up. Let's get you in the server as well. I want to get you speaking with all of the other young ladies down up in there as well. Okay.
Yes. Thank you for that. Okay. I'll look into that right now. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Christina, thank you so much for calling in, baby girl. I appreciate that.
Bye.
All right. Take care. Hold on. I'm thirsty. She shot her shot. You know what I'm saying? I am not mad at that. She said, you know what I mean? You got kids? Judge my profile. She said, you got kids? Are you single? What? The second row, first Cole pick, last slide of her Insta is wild. What?
Okay. Yeah.
Second row, first pick. Let's take a look.
Okay, so I think this person is a female. So I'm going to address something else that happened in the chat room that I had to do. I know this person was complaining that others were timing them out, but yeah, you talk about somebody's terminal physical or mental health that they have no control over, then that will get you timed out. Is what it like. There's nothing less. There's nothing more tactless than that. So, yeah, that happened. Let's see. That happened. But something someone else said. I mean, he's a handsome dude. Why not? So I think that there's a female, just judging by the comments that I said before. And yeah, so, and I don't think that the guys who was hating on him before actually hate him because he's handsome. I think that they really are just hating on him because it brings a new dynamic to this whole EL versus street dude type thing. Like, for one, that it really doesn't matter if you're handsome on both sides. Like that's kind of like that's like a what do you call that? A draw four if you're playing Uno. That's just that Uno card that you play, and it's like it really don't matter what was on the board before that. You could play it on any number, any color. Just bam, handsome. Live with it. So it is what it is. Some and then there's the height factor. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3". So, there's that, and then there's the money factor. So, it is what it is. He's going to pull. Get over it, haters.
Damn, there's like
Yep, that happened.
baby girl.
And I'm
What happened? Okay, so it's buffering, but yeah. So that happened. Yeah.
You almost got me.
And there you go. That's level 2. A woman that works out. She doesn't fit the real hair, doesn't fit the Keisha stereotype and stuff like that. Our guards are so up from the overt that sometimes we miss the covert. And this isn't a shot at MTR. I mean, we all were fooled. Y'all were calling her pick me, mammy, and stuff like that in the chat. Some of you guys seen it, but maybe some of you guys seen this before. And yeah. And so this does suggest that she has like a lot of other similar pictures, but she took it down knowing that she was going to be on this show. So they're willing to put in the work for MTR, for the high value man that New Moon called handsome. They will put in the work, who's also tall. So once you meet that 666 criteria, they will put in that work. And then at that point, it is your job to determine, like, okay, is she worthy? Somebody says she put on a good front. You have to give her credit. Well, she's sitting there with the black shirt on with no cleavage showing and with the Jesus cross, with the hair slicked back and everything. Like I mean, hey, she's one of those. So the best way, and I've said this before, I've been saying this for years, to avoid level 2 BFF, the best test, really the only test you can have, is time. In time, I mean, it didn't take long because she forgot a picture, but in time, her true colors would have shown. Trust and believe. A tiger cannot hide its stripes. It's just like if a tiger was to, dye its mane or dye its hair and look all orange or all black, eventually you're going to see it. Eventually eventually the dye is going to not wear off, but the actual hair is going to grow past it. Yeah.
Where I lapsed. My brother found you. Come back into the chat right now, baby girl. We need some answers. Damn it, I might have to do some push-ups for that one. Haram! Haram! I have to take a formal look off stream because I can't put this back up on the stream. Baby girl, it looks like... Now, what's crazy about this is that this is literally December. This is less than a month ago. And it looks like she's taking stroke, and on her panties is a guy's name, It says Mike on the back of her panties. It says Mike. I can't put this back up on stream. It says Mike on the panties. The comments say, happy birthday, boo. Okay, so Mike took you on this luxurious trip abroad. This is so crazy. Shout out. Listen. So she had this travel thing. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Now, this is back in December. And Mike looks like he funded this particular trip. What is that? Is that Mike right there? Mike looks like he funded this particular trip. Baby girl. Shout out to the MTRs. Help this young lady out. I was rooting for her. Let me get this off of the stream.
Dang.
Shout out to Mike, I guess. It ain't tricking if you got it, Mike. Although sometimes it is trick. It is tricking, even if you do got it. Nevertheless, though, yeah, I should have known. Photos like this, the double plate, right? But yeah, that is suboptimal work, baby girl. That is suboptimal work. This photo was either 5 seconds before or 5 seconds after she took immense strokes from Mike. All right, let me get this off of the screen. Holy moly! Come back into the stream, baby. Is this you? Hello? You here? Come back into the stream, baby girl. We got to have a conversation about it. You got us good. All right. This looks as if I owe the chat some push-ups. She got me, chat. She was trying to finesse you, MTR. Shame.
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 All right, I see 25. Hold on. Damn. 40. She deleted it? No, it's still up there. Hold on. Damn, baby girl. Not in December. You was giving Mike the cheeks, and you coming up on here trying to scheme on your good old boy MTR. All right. Mike was up here cracking cheeks. And listen, gentlemen paying for trips don't just crack cheeks, right? Like they make sure that you remember them.
I wonder if that's true. I wonder if guys who flew the women in, is it just for regular, or do they get, are they doing it to have like complex erotic fantasies fulfilled? I guess it's a combination of both, really. I guess it's a little bit of both.
That's exactly what they do. You don't understand what I'm saying? And, wait, hold on. Let me refresh the page. Let me see if she got it off. She did delete it. She just deleted it. Yo!
This chick is proactively on MTR. This chick is proactively on MTR. She is watching him. She is really concerned about his opinion of her.
Yo, she just deleted it, chat. Shout out to her. She's still watching. Baby girl. Oh, let me just show it to you. This is the last one down up in here right now. Happy birthday. And then the last one is right there. Oh, baby girl. It's too late, baby. Damn. Even if I did find you attractive, baby girl, that image is going to be forever burned into my mind.
He said even
I'm not
if I
going to be
did
able to
find
get
you
up
attractive,
over that.
which
All right.
kind of implies that he don't.
Even when you prepare the profiles for me, I'm still finding haram.
Shame.
This woman.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
MTR Cutie Pie in training revoked.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
I know you see it. I know you see it. Oh, God, it's a scary world up there. Damn, son. Where'd you find this? Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. To the push-ups. By the way, guys.
Nice rug.
Push-ups for the guys. I'm going to do 40 push-ups. Push-ups for the guys. For the ladies, I want you to do 40 squats. Let's get it together as a team. All right? Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's go, chat.
All right, so here I'm fast forward past this. He's gonna do 50 push-ups.
5 damn hours, baby. Let's go, chat. Let's get ready, chat. Come on. Let's get active, baby. Let's go. 30. Oh, she almost got me, chat.
All right. Hold on one moment. His push-up form is different than mine, which is probably a bad thing on my part, but all right. Just letting it repopulate. Let's see. Somebody said, not gonna lie, I would shoot my shot, but I doubt he dates regular women who aren't YouTubers or famous. Well, here's the thing. He's not dating YouTubers. Like he didn't date Melly Monaco. Or excuse me, he didn't date Melanie King. So maybe his types is non-YouTubers. Who knows? But I have my crush too in the form of Kelly Stamps. So different mine too, but I go all the way. I wasn't really paying attention if he went up or not. But half-ass push-ups don't count. Typically when people do a half-ass push-up, they don't go all the way down. But I see your point.
Listen, the MTRs should be talking about how much their legs be burning right now. The empty army should be talking about how much their chest is burning right now. You know what I'm saying? I stopped at 20 squats. No, keep going, baby girl. What is the meaning? All right, ain't no stopping. There's only getting active. All right. Shout out. Let me take a look at the assets real quick. Oh, she's back.
Does that mean I'm a hypocrite?
Hold on, baby girl.
Oh my God, don't be disappointed. It was all in your face. You're so disappointed.
She is still working for his approval.
It was very bad. I took it off. It's done. It's never coming back. I know.
She is still...
But I don't think I'm equal to a man.
Working for his approval.
Is that better?
This is amazing.
Mike was cracking cheeks less than a month ago.
I don't believe in having multiple partners. Does that help?
Now she's just throwing out catchphrases.
I don't know how to redeem myself at this point.
How did you go from Mike cracking cheeks less than a month ago to being completely single and taking a shot up at me? Mike's still not around.
Well, I didn't say I was single. You could rewind.
This is... Yeah. The whole, I didn't say I was single. Oh, crap. So you present yourself as a decent woman, yet you're promoting hookup culture, because that's what happens if you're with somebody and you are looking for somebody else. You down with OPP. So you was offering for MTR to share a box with Mike. And Mike is watching this. Mike has seen this by now. The guy that flew her in and put his name on her panties. I like that idea, actually. Watching her throw the box at him. With the dressed like a nun in training or a nun on her day off of work. I think that this is a nun's like workout clothes.
Oh my gosh. I apologize. There's still faith.
Now it's that you didn't say that you were single.
Oh my God, don't be disappointed.
I am highly disappointed. I gave you MTR cutie pie in training.
That
I saw.
Still do that.
Huh?
I can still do that.
I like her nails.
No, it's not for me. Again, I am the content creator, but I'm saying you presented yourself to hate the modern harlots, yet you posted modern harlotry. The cheeks were out.
That's why I wanted you to view it so you can tell me if it was like whore or like she's for the universe type of vibe.
Yeah, that last photo was absolutely for the universe. It was absolutely for the universe. He bought you panties with his name on them, and you wore it and put it on your profile, cheeked out.
Yeah. Sorry.
What are you apologizing to me for?
It's not a good vibe. It's not a good look, for sure. I took it down though. It's done. I took it down. Nobody was holding me accountable. They were like, "Oh, it's cute."
This is why
nobody was holding me accountable. Oh, this is spectacular. She's look at how she's lashing at the person who is holding her accountable. This is spectacular. Now, fellas, avoid being that guy if you can. What is that guy? What women like her is doing is what I call a luxury buildup. Meaning that they're getting guys to not really fund their lifestyle, but take them to luxurious settings. It's like, oh, you want to fly me into your cousin's wedding? Well, they know that if it's a wedding, it's going to have like a ambiance, it's going to have scenery, it's going to have places where she could take pictures and have photo ops that say, this is how I live. And, she's going to do that, getting flown in pretty much everywhere and showing her a good time. The dude had the banner with her birthday, happy birthday, such and such, on the thing. So, now she's taking these pictures, but you want to know what you don't see in the picture? You don't see the dude. You don't see the dude that she's with. Because when these girls get flued in to date, they take pictures of the date, of herself, looking like she's single in that date. You take her to the restaurant, and then, she's like, ooh, take a picture of me at this luxurious restaurant. And I'm sipping tea with my pinky out, and, you holding the camera, and, she's going to make it appear as if that's just how she lives, even though that's how she lives temporarily on your dime. So watch out for that. Just saying. Because even though Mike hit it, she was actually she just needed the photo ops so she can, shoot her shot at MTR.
Because one of the things that you said is that you talk like this, but your girlfriends are like, no. Which means that they're all not with it. So that meant to me, well, why are you still friends with them? What did I say? Stop being friends with them. But then in reality, it seems like that's still where you are at. And that's why I said MTR in training as opposed to someone that is official tissue. And based off of something that happened less than a month ago,
I get it.
Yeah.
Totally.
So anyway, again, you don't have to apologize for me because again, this is the content creator parasocial relationship. But then for any young man that was thinking about taking you seriously, right? Like they'd be hearing your thoughts regarding modern women, so forth and so on, and may agree with you,
right?
But then they see you posting photos of your cheeks up on social media. That's a avid contradiction.
Right. I totally understand that. Okay. I was like, oh my God, am I a hypocrite? Because literally,
yes,
I saw that comment and I was like, I forgot about that. And I went to go take it down. But then you still end up seeing it, which I guess I wasn't quick enough.
Stop it. Get some help. Regardless, it's there. And not only is it there, but you know, your digital footprint is just, it's static. What I'm more concerned with is you know, after women start to figure out that men are using their digital footprint, they're going to get better at hiding shit, right? So then men have to update their algorithm as to determine women that are really about that modesty life.
I was wrong. I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like, I apologize. It wasn't a good look. I'm not a fraud. There are some things that I do need to work on. And that was one of them. It's off. It's done. It's not coming back.
Okay.
In the archive.
She's begging for redemption. She is really on this dude.
Oh my God.
She is really on this dude. She's begging for redemption. Am I worthy yet?
What do I need to do to redeem myself?
Nothing.
What is
with the people? Listen, you can always have redeeming, but a young guy that is wanting to take you seriously that you might have missed out on in your past, he took a look at a picture like that and said, "Oh, for the streets."
Okay, and that's another thing. She's what I want to say about her, she's not just looking for MTR's approval, she's looking for approval of the general public, because people who live like this, they have to date a lot, you know. They have to date a lot. They can't just stick with one high value man. They want the plurality of them. So she come to places like MTR, present this fantasy, and knowing that her inbox is going to fill up with the MT army after she displays her wholesome good girl, you know, edited Instagram.
Right.
You know? Now, it doesn't mean that you can't make mistakes in life as long as you take accountability for them and not be a victim. And you can fix certain things, certain behaviors. But yeah. But you must be accountable. You know, I think you said that you're 30 years old. I think to still be doing that at 30, you know, if you told me that this was at you at 19, 20, but to still be at like that at 20 makes me think that you had a roaring 20. You had a roaring 20s. And, you know, if you're putting on the, you know, you understand men, roles, modern women are unaccountable, right? But you're still demonstrating those behaviors, then it comes across as fraud. But again, people make mistakes and you should take accountability for that. Okay?
For sure.
All right, baby girl. Well, thank you so much for calling back in and giving us some additional context. All right. Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, baby girl. Take care. She ain't deleted. She archived it. The revolution will be televised, and it'll be right up here, up on YouTube. Shout out to the MT Army again, school.com/MT Army. There's a link to it down in the description box down below. Go click in, beam up. Come up here and bang with me. Come up on here and get the education, the financial knowledge. That's where we are. Come get started. Things that you can implement too.
Okay. So that's that. That happens. Or I should say that happened. That happened. Okay. So just so y'all know why I haven't been around, there's a couple of reasons. One is because I only go on the weekends, or I'm limiting going on the weekend because work is kind of busy. It's picked up. And I come to find out, and I really didn't notice that, it's playoff season, so nobody's really going to be watching like that. So I cut down the amount of time I did. I've been doing this. Sometimes I'll do it during the week, like that BGS thing. I had to say something, and he did a response video to it, which I thought was like WTF. He did a response to my response, and how unself-aware he was really got to me. So actually, I'm going to go off topic and close with that, and then maybe I'll clip it and put it on the thing. But I was just saying that to say that I'll probably do a little bit more content during the week during playoff season. But oh, dang. All right, let me see if I can find that. Hit that like button while I do that. I look it up. He is Outlander gullible. What does that mean? Outlander gullible. Elaborate for me, please. All right, give me a second. Dang, I cannot find it. Hold on. Okay, I'm not going to use filters to find it. So cancel that. All right, if I don't find it in 2 more minutes, I'll just give up and do it on a separate video. Watched an interesting video on who was the better soldier, Weebay or Chris Partlow. I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I have my own answer. So I'll let y'all watch that. All right, here we go. Or at least this is the channel. So he did it on his backup channel. And there was something in here that he said that I thought was extremely weird. Oh, wait, did he take it down? Or is this it, just with a different name than I suspected? Okay, it looks like he took it down, so I guess that's over and done with. Apparently, he has issues with both the Black Brain Trust and me and other people, so who knows? But no time for such foolishness. All right. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody that participated in the conversation today. Go ahead and enjoy your game. And this is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.